Fundamentals equal ring swaps. Would I consider ring swapping a fundamental? I think so, actually. Since looking back at this, good players, top players, good players, everyone has been not necessarily weapon swapping or heavily managing their inventory and stuff like that, but everyone at least had, like everyone good, at least had some knowledge and some skill to at least go for life ring to Sun Princess. I don't think I've seen any top player or good player that does not life ring to Sun Princess swap. I think the only exception to that is like PvP King. And sometimes I think Gabri and Distant forget. Sometimes I see a Gabri and Distant not switch their ring a lot. Other than that, like most people will ring swap. Would I consider it a fundamental skill? I guess no, because it does not really... It won't really... it will affect the outcome, actually. If you don't, like, use life ring, for instance. If you don't use life ring, you'll lose on a lot of HP to start with. And if you don't use Sun Princess, you lose on regen. So either way, you're putting yourself at a disadvantage. And if you use both, then you're losing a ring slot. So thinking about it, it does seem to take like a very important spot, more than I originally thought. Like it's actually pretty important to at least ring swap, not necessarily weapon swap, not necessarily, you know, manage your inventory as much, but obviously it's always a good idea to have a clean inventory that you know. But I think ring swapping might be a bit undervalued. Pretty important, actually, when I think about it. Because a minimal amount of ring management will equal like an extra ring slot, pretty much, if you would not manage your rings. So kind of important when I think about it. I don't know though if I would consider it like a fundamental skill. But it's definitely very important. I see the Phantom has low health here. I'm still here I was ready to go and finish that Phantom Lock. I actually don't even know if Dante had time to do anything there. I think he just came in there. Yes, it's just gross to play on. Yeah, I think I mean, ultimately, like it's like water. There's not like a dramatic difference in players' skill like from console to console, but I think like the players left that gank on PC are mostly like survivalists, and the players themselves are better than your typical ganker that you see here on PlayStation. But even if they don't have access to cheat, I feel like the gankers are on PlayStation have definitely like no shame, like less shame. Like they're absolutely shameless. I know there's people like that on PC too, but maybe that's accentuated by the fact that like there's no way to like counteract people like that with like other means. Like people will kick people PC, like UC, whatever. Like here the dishonesty goes like unpunished as far as skill goes. Like, you can only punish with people that are dishonest by killing them like the good old-fashioned. Nice DC. Yes, it's just cringe, honestly. I can't really argue with that, to be fair. Like, to me, when I left PC, I was really getting fed up with the cheaters, because the cheaters, you can't really do anything other than Black Crystal, and even sometimes, like, you don't even have time to Black Crystal. You just enter worlds where people just grief with axe, they just crash your game, or make you get stuck, or Shadow Realm you, stuff like that. It was very common when I left. I don't know how it is now. But that stuff really, to me, was too much. Like, I really did not like that. Like, here I can still bear with it. Like, the, you know, the cowards and the cheaters. The cheating, though, still does not prevent me from killing them. So, to that extent, I can still do somewhat... like, I can do something about it. Don't get me wrong, though. Like, if, like, the shitters on PlayStation had access to any of the tools that are on PC, they would definitely use it, and you know, they'd activate no iframes and stuff like that. They would definitely do it. Like, they steep pretty low. Like, some of them actually even go as far as to save edit on PlayStation, and to save edit you actually have to, from what I heard, you have to pay money. What's my favorite martial art movie? I don't know if you would consider it a martial art movie, but I would say Rush Hour 1, the OG. Rush Hour 1 was fucking hilarious. I loved it. Rush Hour 2 was pretty good. Rush Hour 3, not so much. But Rush Hour 1 was the shit. Especially when I saw it the first time, like, it was hilarious. Yeah, third one was ass. Yeah, I kind of agree there. But I mean, there's a lot of good martial art movies, like some with IP Man, others with like old movies with Jackie Chan are actually really good. You can find the video cassette. That is, of course, if you do have a cassette tape. But yeah, old Jackie Chan movies. I don't remember like all the names though. Oh, there was one where it was like a drunken fighter. There you go, this is how we get some space for our teammate. Patience prevail. I don't know what the red is doing, but Drunken Master? Yeah, something like that. Jackie Chan is the best. Apparently, he had like porn acting gigs before he became a stuntman. I tried to look it up, but I remember like I found something like a bunch of bunch of dudes, but I don't know if it was him or not. I don't want to burst anyone's bubble, but I think that's true. I think that's not a myth. I think Jackie Chan might have had porn acting gigs before he became like stuntman for movies.